Arsenal looking to make the Champions League quarterfinals for the first time in 14 years, live on talkSPORT tonight. Are they good enough to go all the way? Can they? They have to get past Porto first. Can they win the league or the Champions League? 03717 223344 is the number. Let us know. And and that's what Harry. That's what Harry has done. Here we go. Harry, good morning.
How you doing?
Sorry, Harry, they don't tell me if it's a WhatsApp message or someone's calling. But you're live on talkSPORT, day one of the Coral Champion Hurdle Day. It's going to be fantastic here at Cheltenham in the Coral Box. Harry, what have you got to say? What can Arsenal win? Look, I think can they win the Champions League for a start? We're all talking about the Premier League. What about the Champions League?
Oh, it's already happening. All right, I've got a big G Dog in here with me, Grant, and we're going to do the double this year, mate.
You think you can do the double? Wow.
I thought it was Harry Redknapp for a minute when you were talking to him.
Harry, what makes you think that's tell me the difference between this year and last year, effectively what I'm trying to ask you, mate.
Mentality's different. A much different mentality. The team is stronger as well. You know, with the spine down the middle, with big deckers. It's just a better team. And mentality-wise, they have grown from that last season. They know what they've got to do this time round, and they're doing it.
Harry, you remember when Chelsea won the league and they had Kante, and he played for Leicester when they won the league?
I remember when Chelsea won the league, to be honest with you.
Well, he was vital for what they'd done, so they could never be like a sieve. And Declan Rice is doing that for Arsenal now. You can never be like a sieve. You might draw 0-0 or get beat 1-0, but he stops you being like a basketball match.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's really changed the dynamic of the defensive style as well. And with Big Willow and Gabriel at the back, I think defensively we're much stronger than we have been for many, many years.
How big is this game against Man City? Is that make or break? If Arsenal can get something, even a draw, if they get beat, then you fancy City to go on and win it, perhaps?
Yeah, like you say, if we beat City, I think that will give the belief to the team that this really is the season for them. I mean, no one in the Big Six have beat us, really. So, yeah, just make sure we've got that one last game with them. I mean, well, Man United and Tottenham away, they're going to be sort of probably easier than City.
It's going to be great, mate. It's going to be great. That game at Tottenham's a belter as well. Harry, thanks for the call. There you go. So Harry thinks he can do the double. Well, look, they could do. Simple as that. I honestly think it's a 3-horse race, the Champions League.
Well, he's got the team right.
Every chance in the Premier League, so why not?
Well, last year there was doubts over with how Saka and Martinelli going to get round this when people now are sending them outside. And they've got over it. The two of them are still producing the goods. Martinelli's injured at the minute. But Declan Rice, in front of those two centre-backs, makes Arsenal solid, and they can win without playing well.
Two centre-backs are vital to Arsenal.
Absolutely.
Said it for months. We saw what happened last year, do you know, when they lost one of their centre-halves towards the end of the season. It's vital for them. As well know, the boys at Saka, Odegaard, rightly got a lot of the praise and a lot of the credit because they're absolutely terrific players. I just think the two centre-backs are absolutely vital to them.
You must have felt sorry for Ramsdale the other night.
Oh, yeah. Gutted for him. I'll tell you what I will say, sorry to interrupt you, Al. He did come back with a couple of great saves.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Well done. Pleased. I was. Right, it's day one of the Cheltenham Festival, live from the Coral Box. We have commentary of every race, all 28, live on talkSPORT this week. To stay with us and don't miss any of the action, John has jockey has ridden 10 winners here, including the 2016 win in the Stairs Hurdle. Have a listen.
Tom Scudamore has just said, come on, Thistlecrack, kick on. Don't allow us to be beaten up by Marinero. And at the moment, Thistlecrack now has 2 fences to jump. This is a terrific effort from Thistlecrack. He had to learn along the way. He made some frighteningly brave jumps, but Thistlecrack has made it 2 out of 2 over the larger obstacles. He's classy.
Yes, Thistlecrack, Moonracer, just to name, Warhorse as well.
One of our
A very good morning to Tom Scudamore. Tom, how are we?
Tom, how are you, mate?
Very good indeed, gentlemen. Lovely to see you all.
Tom,
doesn't seem like a year, does it? Doesn't seem like a year since we're sitting here.
I was going to say, Tom, you've been here for about 45 minutes. The rain stopped outside or not?
Yeah, it was still drizzling away outside. Rain never seems to stop at the moment, doesn't it? So it's very rare. They're calling it soft heavy in places. I can't remember the last time we set off for the Cheltenham Festival on bordering heavy ground.
So, Tom, what does that mean to some of the fancies? Because there's a lot of short ones here, Willie Mullins. Heavy ground doesn't affect every horse, does it? Some handle it better than others.
Yeah, it's going to be a game of poker in the weighing room. You'll see all the jockeys. You'll know the ones that ride the horses that they'll be favouring the better ground, and the ones that are favouring the softer ground. The ones that be wanting some sunshine will be in bad moods, and the ones with rides later on the week that want the heavy ground will be.
Will they go a little bit
happier.
steadier then?
But they'll finish a lot steadier. Whether they start off any steadier is another thing. But at this championship level, they might seem to be going a bit slower, but I can assure you out there they won't be.
Before we go into the big race, I think we've got a cracker at the opening race. I mean, the Willie Mullins has, and he will have, I imagine, for the rest of the meeting, plenty of favourites. He's got Tully Hill, which is 3-1 favourite, but there's some good competition for it. Slade Steel, I like a look at it. Firefox, what are you thinking in the opener, Tom?
I like Henry's horse in the first. Obviously, he was second to Ballyburn last time in Ireland. It was a good performance. You have to respect Firefox because he's beaten Ballyburn. It's obviously disappointing last time. It's a really competitive opening race. That's the thing. Normally we set off in this opening race and you've got people's bankers of the meeting straight away. The fact that it's 100 to 30 the field, it bodes to be a really competitive opening.
The favourite, Tully Hill?
Yeah, Tully Hill, he's been deliberate at his hurdles so far this season. Today he's going to have to be a lot sharper. I think there's a lot more confidence behind him now after his last run, but for me he needs to sharpen up his jumping. He's a sort of horse, if he goes and jumps the first 3 hurdles a lot quicker than he has been, he's just been a little bit, what we'd say, a bit careful. He's been jumping them too big, jumping them more like a fence than a hurdle, and he won't be able to do that today.
Now, obviously, what'll be interesting is Nicky's horses, Nicky Henderson. No Constitution Hill. Does that tell the state man as a certainty, or is there no such thing at the festival?
There's no such thing as a certainty. However, the closest thing to a certainty is state man. He's as far ahead of the field as Constitution Hill was in front of him. He's an exceptional horse in his own right, and we'll see that today, I'm sure.
Tom, it's just, I'm so excited. Day one. Is this the World Cup? Is this the best, or are you an Aintree fan?
No, it's a well-worn cliche. This is the Olympics. This is the World Cup. This is the chance where all season people talk and say, I've got the best horse, and etc., etc. They might not be taking each other on during the season. Obviously, you've got Willie and Ireland, you've got the big guns over here, but this is where it counts. This is where everybody looks each other in the eye and we find out who the champions are.
It's funny, Tom, looking at, you mentioned State Man, which is obviously a big favourite. It's a great horse. A lot of people's double for the meeting might be that sharing that with Lossiemouth. And it's interesting talking to Steve-O. He didn't say it wouldn't get up the hill with the change in the course, but he said that maybe a slight question mark.
There would be a slight question mark against her. However, I've got no concerns about her trip. As we're sat here, there's 2 courses at Cheltenham. Although it says it's Cheltenham, on the first 2 days you're running on what's called the old course, and on the last 2 days it's the new course. The new course is a lot stiffer than the old course, and both Lossiemouth's wins at Cheltenham have been over 2 miles on the stiffer course. That should equal to about 2 miles 2 on the old course. So it's just that last little bit. But the fact that they've entered her for a French champion hurdle over 3 miles, they've got no doubts about her staying the trip, and her class will get her through.
Any other fancies, Tom?
The one I like today is I like Quixelos in the Arkle. He won on heavy ground last time. He was a former Triumph hurdle winner around here. He's had a bit of a hit and miss time since then, but it was a much better performance. Dropped back to 2 miles last time. Jumped well. Competitive race, but I think the nature of the race will really suit Quixelos, and I like the look of him. The Goffer in the Ultima is obviously treading the well-worn path, having been 4th in the race last year off a £2 lower mark. The first and second are fancied for the Gold Cups. A repeat of that form makes him the one to beat. And obviously you mentioned a little bit earlier, Dad and Lucinda have Apple Away running later on. She hasn't quite met the heights over fences as she did over hurdles yet, but I'm sure 3 miles 6 on soft ground will bring out the best in her today. She has a chance. She has to step up, but I think the trip will bring out that improvement.
So Tom, what's your big memory, your best memory of Cheltenham?
So many different memories. My own personal best memory would have been, look, Thistlecrack and all those horses were wonderful to ride, but from a personal point of view, I rode a winner at the Cheltenham Festival for my brother. That was very, very special. To be able to do that for the family was great.
Brilliant. Tom, thank you very much for joining us.
Great to see you, mate. Have a great day, Tom.
Start to the day. Of course, it's only Tuesday. It's day one. There we go, boys. Do you know you're writing them down?
No, I was going to ask you before you go. Right? Just before you go, quickly,
it's okay,
Tom.
Dino, I've written them down, mate.
Race day, how did the horses prepare for race day?
A lot of them have done all their hard work in the lead up to it. Obviously, they had their runs. And the lead up to the race day, so today, they'll be doing very little. They'll just be walking, loosening up, just going through the motions, just trying to get them. A lot of them will be trying to get them to relax. Some of them will be travelling through. It's amazing how well horses are able to travel. You know, the ones coming over from Ireland have been here for a few days to acclimatise. Apple Away would have come down the night before. You know, some horses have been driven 3 or 4 hours to get here, but it doesn't seem to affect them. So you know, that's the extraordinary thing about them.
Yeah, there's no Pasadena, no ice baths. There's no walkies. You know, they just get a little feel for the course.
Massage.
Yeah.
They'll have the odd massage. Don't worry about that.
Tom, nice one. Thank you.
Brilliant, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
With Cheltenham underway today, catch episode 2 of talkSPORT's Sports Book Club. This morning from 11's Adrian Dunham is joined by Cheltenham legend Barry Geraghty to discuss Nicky Henderson's My Life in 12 Horses. I tell you now, I'm told, I've not heard it yet, they tell me it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.